Hello again from the team here at Inovonics. I'm Eric Banghart, Manager of Global Sales, and thanks for logging on for our 5th edition of the Weekly Cup Series. This week we offer some additional insight on how our partners have expanded into environmental monitoring and other creative applications utilizing our wireless sensor network infrastructure. Chris Allen, our Northeast Territory Manager, will take the reins this week. Chris has a distinguished background with several prestigious companies in the security and fire space and broad experience with partners focused on environmental and other monitoring applications. Chris resides in Maryland and in normal times is our East Coast road warrior, traveling the highways and byways of the Northeast and capable of missing an exit at any time. Insert your favorite East Coast expletive or hand gesture here. As always, let's keep it interactive, so keep those cards and letters coming through the chat or question tabs, and keep an eye out for poll questions. We'll capture as many questions as possible in today's presentation or circle back with you. With that, Chris, the screen is yours.
Thanks, Eric. Hi, I'm Chris Allen. Wireless technology can be used for applications beyond intrusion systems, which is what we want to talk about today. Inovonics works with OEMs that provide unique products to monitor various kinds of critical infrastructure. Our customers always surprise us with different kinds of ways to use Inovonics wireless transmitters. Some of these ideas can help you, and so we thought we'd share them here. So look past the alarm and increase the value of the systems which you provide to your clientele. For the most part, we're going to be talking about connecting our products to another manufacturer's products. To do that, we'll be using the EN1210 transmitter. This transmitter, we call our universal transmitter, is either normally open or normally closed. It's fully supervised and has a 3 to 5 year battery life. If you have any questions about which transmitter to use, then call your local rep. We're more than happy to help you, to talk with you. Plus, we get to hear all the crazy ideas that you may have for using our products. The first I'll talk about is outdoor motion detectors. Both Extralis and Optex have embedded our wireless transmitter into their outdoor PIRs and photoelectric beams. With them, we have monitored everything from zoos to pools to mall roofs to warehouse parking, even apple orchards. One unique application was in a scrapyard where they were using the outdoor PIRs and our relay receiver connected into the DVR inputs. When the PIR was activated, the right camera was turned on for video verification. We also put in a second receiver and connected those PIRs to the intrusion system. And that way they also had an audit trail of which cameras were getting turned on and when. When they found a weak area that wasn't covered by PIRs or cameras, the quick solution was to add another PIR and to a relay receiver connected on a remote building that would trip a strobe light. So if the intruder went by and hit the PIR, the strobe light would start flashing in an attempt to warn them off. EnGuage makes a fire extinguisher monitoring product. This is very unique. It uses our wireless transmitter, and they can tell if an extinguisher has low pressure, if it's been pulled off the wall, or if it's been blocked for over 30 hours. They're UL listed with this to eliminate the monthly inspection. During the pandemic, one Fortune 500 company said that they were safer because of this product. The reason was they lowered their bio exposure, as they call it, because they did not have to have technicians come into their buildings from the outside. So in effect, their extinguishers were inspected, and they were in compliance the whole time without anyone setting foot into their building. Now, many of you in the industry know STI. They make the stopper covers that go over the pull stations, as well as the mushroom switches, which often have an EN1210 behind them. They also make the 6400 series. And what this is a door exit alarm, but it has a second set of contacts that you can connect our EN12 to. So a lot of apartment buildings have been attempting to keep people from going out onto the roofs. This gives them a local sounder. It gives them a shunt switch so that maintenance can go out onto the roof. At the same time, we can move a signal that a door has been opened all the way downstairs to the front desk. Whether it's a high rise or not, it doesn't matter. We can get the signal there. Sure Action makes a vehicle detection system. It's a probe, goes into the ground 6 to 8 inches. It goes 14 feet across. You can use it on the interior side for activating a gate. On the same time, if people want to know who's at the gate and they don't have any type of intercom, you can use an Inovonics EN1210 with a push button and you now have a doorbell. Just put a long range camera on it so they can see who's at the gate, but you'll be able to give your clients early warning. Now, one of the pleasures of our job is we work with some of the best museums in the country. But I had a dealer call me just the other day. He needed to protect some artwork in a home. There are really two ways to do this. You can simply use a door contact with a tilt switch, and it's a very inexpensive solution. Or you can locally power a vibration sensor and then connect that to an EN1210 to bring the signal back to the control panel. In a lot of the museums, what you'll see is that if you're putting a tilt switch or anything on artwork, they'll have a person from collections with you as you do that to make sure that nothing happens to the artwork. It's a real good idea. This is not an EN1210. This is our new water detector, the EN1751. It works with both the Honeywell and the Flare probe. And I've seen this used I was at a 50-story high-rise that had the rooftop unit leak and send water down 40 floors through IT closets before they found it. They had a really bad day. But we've also used it in 20-story buildings where they've put the leak detectors in the lavatories and in the kitchens. It's not always about protecting the walls. Sometimes it's about the neighbor's artwork on the walls, on the floor below you. And this is starting to see this being driven by insurance companies wanting to make sure that this is all protected. In an 80-story high, on the 80th floor of a high-rise in Manhattan, we got a letter that the leak detector went off. By the time they got there, they said it was minutes before the water made it to the elevator shafts. They estimated that transmitter saved them $1 million worth of cleanup. The last detectors we'll talk about are temperature. And this is the N1752 is programmable for high or low. If you need to put it into a refrigerator or a freezer, you can stick a probe on it. And just up in the Northeast, I was at a community college that had lost half their cameras when the IT room had overheated. They now have a temperature sensor there to let them know if that's about to happen. And you remember back in the example that we had with the scrapyard, how an Inovonics transmitter can go to more than one receiver. You can also use our BACnet receiver and connect a temperature sensor into the BMS system as well. It doesn't always have to go to security. You spend a lot of money on cameras and access control. Why not put that extra layer of security right on top of that?
Thank you very much, Chris. I hope we've opened your mind to the flexibility and adaptability of our products in helping our customers to successfully develop and facilitate problem-solving solutions. Lastly, here are the weekly winners of the coffee gift cards for signing up or attending the presentation today. Stephen Wall with ADT, Casey Harding with HS Protection, and Ward McKibben with Chubb. Please join us next week here at the Weekly Cup. In closing thoughts, we ponder the age-old question, why wireless? That should actually be, why not wireless? Please stay healthy and happy. Thanks again.